Salutations, crew. This time we will be talking about the movies of Keanu Reeves. To date, his movies have made $6.6 billion. So, without further ado, Permanent Record, released in 1988. It made $1.9 million. It was a flop. Dangerous Liaisons, released in 1988. It made $34.7 million. It was a winner. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, released in 1989. It made $40.5 million. It was a winner. Parenthood, released in 1989. It made $126.3 million. It was a hit. Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, released in 1991. It made $38 million. It was a success. My Own Private Idaho, released in 1991. It made $6.4 million. It was a moneymaker. Point Break, released in 1991. It made $83.5 million. It was a big hit. Bram Stoker's Dracula, released in 1992. It made $215.9 million. It was a moneymaker. Little Buddha, released in 1993. It made $4.9 million. It was a failure. Freaked, released in 1993. It made $29,000. It was a bust. Much Ado About Nothing, released in 1993. It made $22.6 million. It was a winner. Speed, released in 1994. It made $350.4 million. It was a hit. A Walk in the Clouds, released in 1995. It made $50 million. It was a hit. Johnny Mnemonic, released in 1995. It made $19.1 million. It was a flop. Chain Reaction, released in 1996. It made $60.2 million. It was a success. The Devil's Advocate, released in 1997. It made $153 million. It was a big hit. The Last Time I Committed Suicide, released in 1997. It made $46,000. It was a failure. The Matrix, released in 1999. It made $463.5 million. It was a blockbuster. The Replacements, released in 2000. It made $50.1 million. It was a success. The Gift, released in 2000. It made $12 million. It was a success. Sweet November, released in 2001. It made $65.8 million. It was a success. Hardball, released in 2001. It made $40.2 million. It was a success. The Matrix Reloaded, released in 2003. It made $738.6 million. It was a big hit. The Matrix Revolutions, released in 2003. It made $425 million. It was a moneymaker. Something's Gotta Give, released in 2003. It made $270 million. It was a hit. Constantine, released in 2005. It made $230.9 million. It was a hit. The Lake House, released in 2006. It made $114.8 million. It was a hit. A Scanner Darkly, released in 2006. It made $7.7 million. It was a dud. Street Kings, released in 2008. It made $66.5 million. It was a blockbuster. The Day the Earth Stood Still, released in 2008. It made $233.1 million. It was a blockbuster. Henry's Crime, released in 2010. It made $2.2 million. It was a flop. "47 Ronin, released in 2013. It made $151.8 million. It was a bust. Man of Tai Chi, released in 2013. It made $2.1 million. It was a flop. John Wick, released in 2014. It made $88.8 million. It was a big hit. Knock Knock, released in 2015. It made $6.3 million. It was a hit. Keanu, released in 2016. It made $20.6 million. It was a success. The Neon Demon, released in 2016. It made $3.4 million. It was a bust. John Wick Chapter 2, released in 2017. It made $171.5 million. It was a big hit. The Bad Batch, released in 2017. It made $181,000. It was a bust. Replicas, released in 2018. It made $8.1 million. It was a failure. Siberia, released in 2018. It made $2 million. It was a success. John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum, released in 2019. It made $326.7 million. It was a winner. Toy Story 4, released in 2019. It made $1.1 billion. It was a big hit. Bill and Ted Face the Music, released in 2020. It made $6.3 million. It was a bust. The SpongeBob movie Sponge on the Run, released in 2020. It made $4.7 million. It was a failure. The Matrix Resurrections, released in 2021. It made $156.5 million. It was a bomb. DC League of Super Pets, released in 2022. It made $203 million. It was a big hit. John Wick Chapter 4, released in 2023. It made $440.2 million. It was a hit. Thanks for watching our video on Keanu Reeves. What's your favorite Keanu Reeves movie? Who should we feature next? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe.